I'm good with a prompt.
Here's our intro.
Okay.
On this episode of AstroloTea, I'm joining Aliza Kelly, and we're talking about my mental health.
Welcome, community, to AstroloTea and to a very piping hot tea party. I am so excited that you are joining us because guess what? We actually have a living and breathing person among us. Yes, we do. I have invited my dear friend Cogey to join us for tea, and we're all gonna have a wonderful time together. Do you think we are?
I hope so. I can only hope.
That's true. That's all we have left.
That's all we have left.
Well, friends, you may know Cogey from her stunning productions. You may know her from her vintage glam. You may know her from her unbelievably, frighteningly accurate transatlantic accent. But who really is this international woman of mystery? Where does she come from? What makes her tick? We are going to find out today at our tea party. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. How many times are your guests going to say, and that's the tea?
I hope as many times as they feel compelled.
Maybe you could coin and that's the Earl Grey.
That is the Earl Grey.
And
that's what I'm serving today.
That's the oolong jasmine.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, yes.
Specificity.
Yes, that's season 2, honey. That's when we got a budget. So as a Taurus, can you tell us the most Taurus thing about you?
Oh, gracious. I mean, I am always going to prioritize sleep. I'm always going to prioritize sleep, and I'm never going to think to myself, wow, I'm so glad I didn't eat that thing.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I know that's so cliche, but it's it is. Though I feel like, based on my chart, I feel like I'm a pretty unlikely Taurus. I feel like I'm not as Taurus-y as a lot of people are. I'll say this. I have a lot of Taurus friends who are very Taurus, right? They're very stable. They're measured. They take their time with things. They're very pragmatic and solid. I'm not. I am flighty. I want everything yesterday. I am constantly thinking about things. And then I'm also mentally we'll say I'm hanging on by a thread. So there's that at all times.
Great. So that actually brings us straight ahead. I'm going to jump a few cue cards over to your Aries moon.
Yes.
So the moon represents our inner world. It's our emotions, it's how we feel, it's what nurtures us. And Aries is famously very chaotic. It's fiery, it's the first sign of the zodiac. It wants to get things done, it's impatient, it's feisty, it loves to get angry. How does crashing out help you find your inner peace? And why should we try it too?
Well, it's like the meme, right? You have to crash out to lock in, and I feel like that is very Aries moon because we have to feel everything at 100 in order to get somewhere to reach a decision about something, the Tower card, right? It has to burn down before you can rebuild, right? I feel like that's a very Aries moon thing.
And how would you say that your Aries moon shows up in your crash outs? What kinds of crash outs can you offer us as an example?
I think...
What's your preferred style? Are you someone who do you block? Do you send long monologues? Do you disappear?
You already know I send long monologues with my Gemini placements. Yeah. So I'll send a long monologue, and if I'm not getting the response that I want right away, I will block.
Perfect.
But I am working on it.
Do you send a long monologue and then block before there's a response?
If they take too long.
Part of my evil ways is that this has not happened to me very often. I'm actually with these new Neptune and Saturn into Aries transits that we've been having, I have been locking into my anger in a way that I have never experienced it before. I am a wee Pisces moon.
Right. I was going to say, yeah.
I will die before I get angry because that's an easier expression for me. But recently, I have been so fiery. And one of the things that I did for the first time ever is in response to receiving a horrible message from somebody, I sent them a very long message back. I put a curse at the end of it.
What kind of curse?
It was
a swear?
No.
It was
I used Barbarous words. Have you heard of these?
No.
So Barbarous words are imaginary invented words.
Okay.
So they're words that don't mean anything.
Oh, sure.
And they're usually
like the Jabberwocky.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And in magic spell work, they often look like, Latin inspired.
Okay.
They're really spooky when you see them. So I threw in some barbarous words that like truly didn't mean anything.
What
but
did they mean to you?
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I put those at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
sent it, and then blocked. Blocked on blocked email, blocked text, blocked on social, blocked across all platforms, across platform blocking, which means I had the last word and they were barbarous. So don't fuck with me.
How did it feel?
Oh, amazing. I'm still riding the high.
Because
it was a year ago.
This is a new behavior
It was
for
a new
you.
behavior.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I love
It's
having
wonderful
you.
to be here. Thank you for having me. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
shall we pull a tarot card to see the vibe of the day?
Yes, let's pull a tarot card.
Terrific.
Pile number 2.
Absolutely. Okay, my dear. What do we need to know? What do we need to circle back to for our tea today? Ooh, Page of Pentacles. Honey, get the money.
We like the Page of Pentacles.
We love the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, for our friends at home, this is a card about finding new sources of abundance, new opportunities, new resources available to us. So while we pull this card, tell me, is anything coming up for you right now with, that's maybe in its seedling, a little tiny brand new idea, something where you're like, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. Is that in your life at the moment?
I think so. Like right now I'm like in this like interesting like spiritual place where I am noticing that, with this Aries moon and then, lots of things transiting some hard places for me right now astrologically, which I'm sure we'll get into. But I'm noticing that I'm veering towards like negative mindset kind of thing. But I'm noticing that and I want to take control of that and then turn that into more positive thinking, because when you're in alignment with where your head's at, like your life reflects that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Neuroplasticity.
Yes, exactly.
I hear they say. The girls.
Woo-woo or science, either way.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that like they hate to see a witch coming.
Right.
They hate to find out that everything that we're doing here is going to be able to be proven through the quantum practices. But what can we do?
Everything is a little spell.
Whether
you want to admit it or not.
Spoken like a true witch. J'adore. So you have your sun and your moon and your Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, all in your 11th house in your chart. I love the 11th house. It's sort of being ahead of the curve. You have that wisdom, that perspective. And the tea is that, I've looked at many a celebrity chart. Most celebrities have something in their 11th house. And if they have the sun in the 11th house, like you do, and Jupiter and the moon, these luminaries, like, honey, you were born to be a star. No doubt about it. And part of it is the fact that you are being perceived by the collective consciousness. You are somebody who can tap into that grid. So for our friends at home, can you please tell us, what does the collective consciousness need right now? What are we yearning for?
I really think that, and you're right, because I do feel very tapped in to like what's going on. And if I don't feel tapped in, I don't feel right. Like right now, I kind of feel like I need to get like a job that is like at a restaurant or something like that, just something kind of like part-time or something, just to get more like
Get on the ground.
I feel like right now people need more, and this is not, I mean this in like not a cliche way, but a lot of people in social media will say this like in a cliche, which is like authenticity. And I don't mean that in terms of like what you think people want from you, but what do you want to say? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling right now? I think that a lot of people are like, oh, what do people want from me? And like, I'm going to try to give it to them. I feel like if you're experiencing something, chances are other people are also feeling it. So, and that could be helpful. And even if you only help like one person make sense of their life a little bit, that's like net good for society.
Yeah. And with this 11th house energy, you also have had since 2018, Uranus, the planet of revolution and shocking things and change.
Terror.
It just decimated the whole place.
Yes.
So share with us, how has your life changed since 2018?
It's been a wild ride because like 2018 is when I started the page. I mean, I had the page, but that was when I started taking social media a little bit seriously because I was acting and I was auditioning and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. And then I was like, you know what? I can write, I can film, I can do all my own editing and stuff like that. I should just do this myself. I'll just do it myself on social media and maybe that will turn into a job. And here we are. I'm at the tea party.
Yeah, you made it right on time, too. And how do you feel being perceived?
Oh my gosh, that has been a very transformative journey because at first it was really fun. At first I really liked it. And then you go viral for the first time. And then that is a very traumatizing experience. And I've gone viral like many times since then. Having people insult you for the most like craziest things that they would never say to you in real life. No one would ever say these things to you in real life to your face, but they will say them so readily online. Our brains are not equipped for that much input, that much like immediate feedback. Like right now I'm in this place of like hiding. I don't want to be perceived. I mean, it's like, it's a miracle that I'm here, to be honest. No, I'm trying to change my life, you know, I'm trying to get around it. But yeah, it's been like a whole journey of like, it was fun and then it wasn't, but I persevered and now I'm reflecting and now I'm like, okay, well, how do I want to be perceived? And what kind of control do I want over the perception of, you know, how I'm being perceived, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think often about a lot of things. One of them being the fact that electricity is like barely 150 years old. Two is that like being a celebrity is barely 100 years old as a concept.
As a concept.
And then being a celebrity while also being at home and becoming famous while your life and your infrastructure is not changing around you. Incredibly bizarre.
It is bizarre because I don't feel like I'm famous. I don't feel like I'm like a celebrity or something like that. But other people say that to me, which
yeah, and here at our tea party, you are.
Yay. Everything my mother would have wanted for me. But no, I just think it's like an interesting thing where it's like, yeah, your infrastructure hasn't changed. It's literally all in your phone. Mentally, it's weird.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's cognitively weird and existentially weird.
Yeah.
And it's tea. You also have some beautiful 12th house placements.
Right.
You have Mercury in your 12th house.
Yes.
You have Venus in your 12th house, both in Gemini. So the 12th house is the area of the chart that's connected to our subconscious, our inner world, and also our intuition and our psychic powers. So something that has always stood out to me about you is when you are tapping in to these characters, these retro ladies, it is so historically accurate. Mm-hmm. And your transatlantic accent is like, it truly like is a portal. And I am wondering, do you feel like when you tap into these different characters, are you channeling?
I do feel like that. I feel like on an ancestral level, I probably come from, because I don't know a whole lot about like my family lineage. It's a lot of like mixed up stuff and from many different places in the world. But like I do feel like, there were probably women who weren't able to say the, you know, very direct and very like poignant things that I say and want to say. Like sometimes before I film something, I think about Marilyn Monroe and how she used to turn it on or whatever, like her star power or whatever, by like harnessing energy from like all four corners of like the room or something into like the top of her head. It's a little woo-woo. Like I don't think anyone would, you know, 12th house, like nobody knows what you're up to, like ever, right? You think that people know. I think that people know what I'm doing, but nobody knows what I'm ever up to. And so like a lot of like the things that I do are like in my head and and woo-woo and weird.
I mean, it's possible that with your 12th house Gemini that you could be channeling her, or at least, you know, some of her friends.
I would never dare to say that. I would never dare to claim.
I feel like Marilyn is accessible.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh.
I do. I think that she has something that she needs to say.
Huh.
So speaking of which, do you think that you could maybe for us today channel one of these lovely ladies from your and maybe share a message?
Do you want me to do like an AstroloTea promo? You know, I'm good with a prompt.
Here's our intro.
Okay. So when I do like when I do the transatlantic accent, I always think of this book that I read, like an audiobook, and it was like this guy, and he had like this very like mid-century like weird kind of theatrical like blend accent, and it was called The Richest Man in Babylon, which is a good book, and I recommend it for people. And he always goes like, the richest man in Babylon, the absolute richest man, you know. And so like I always do that like to get the voice,
get it going,
like, where it
to find
needs
it,
right?
yeah.
And so it'd be like,
Welcome, community, to a brand new episode of AstroloTea and our tea party. On this episode of AstroloTea, I'm joining Aliza Kelly, and we're talking about my mental health. Welcome, community.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
How's
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Stunning. Yes. If any 1940s, 1950s, 1960s
Yes.
divas want to come and join us for a sip, just know that you always have a place at this table, honey.
I hope they do something kind of poltergeisty right now. I'm inviting it. You're like, no.
No, I'm like, yes. It's not a party without a haunting. Everyone knows that.
And that's the tea.
That's the tea.
And that's the tea.
So Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, the planet of abundance, it's fortune. I always want to render big casino daddy. I want you to see him in your mind's eye with a Hawaiian shirt and hair protruding out and like gold chains and knocking and a tiki drink
Rings.
and ladies.
Yes.
And like you see him come in to that Vegas casino and you're like, oh, he knows this place. He's been here before. Was he born here? Will he die here? Is this the only place this character could exist? The answer is yes. And for you as a Cancer rising, this yeeted right across your ascendant and has been going through your first house of identity.
Yes.
The last time that Jupiter did that was from 2013 to 2014. So I would like for you, if you please, s'il vous plaît, to share with us what was going on in your life 2013 to 2014, and if in the past year there have been any reprises, any themes coming back around.
Whenever you do your things where you're like, look through your photos, look through your emails, I am always like immediately, I'm like in my photos because I'm like, I can't remember what I was doing 5 years ago. In 2014, I believe I was trying to start YouTube. I think I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll dip my foot into doing some like YouTube sketches and stuff like that. Though it was terribly unfocused and like I didn't have like a theme. I didn't have like a niche. I was just kind of like, oh, this is a funny idea. Oh, you know what? I think I had started taking groundling classes around then. Groundlings is an improv school in LA. And I'm a 12th house Mercury, so I'm not good at improv. I'm not quick on my feet. I need time alone. And that's why I wanted to take it, was because like I'm not good at it, so I should probably try to get better at it. But during taking groundlings, I worked on a lot of the characters, and that's I think where like all the character inspiration has come from.
Oh, wow.
Was at the groundlings. And then I took some writing classes there and stuff like that. And so I think that was like, oh, I can write. I can actually write. Like I can do characters and I can write. And so like that's a lot of like what the page is now. So like, yeah. So I guess that was like maybe the beginning of like what I'm currently doing. Yeah.
And do you have any hopes or wishes or dreams for what's going to happen with Jupiter now moving into Leo, moving into the area of your chart around money, moolah?
I'm hopeful that I can wrangle my head in a way where I can get out of like this hiding mode that I've sort of been in, work on being perceived more, work on my comfortability with being perceived more, and then, align my brain and my thoughts and everything in a more positive way so that everything will unfold. Right.
It seems like
everything is
ring-a-ling-a-ding-dong.
Right.
Who's that? New money, new opportunities coming in.
However anything looks at any moment in time, it's all working out.
Period. Beautiful. Now, if you please, since, you came to tea, can you please spill some tea for us?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I have like some like very subjective like celebrity tea, euphoria tea. Okay. Alexa Demi, she is as nice as you think she is, I think, because I was at this hair salon like a few years ago. I had this cute little like pixie blonde thing, and I was getting my roots done. And she was there. She was taking her grandmother to get her hair done. And she was just sitting quietly on her phone while her grandmother was getting her hair done. She was like talking very quietly and very politely to the hairdresser and like making sure that her grandma was like totally fine and okay and stuff like that. So like, you know, I feel like her character on Euphoria is kind of like closely like how she supports her family. Like,
Aww.
you know, I think it's kind of like similar. But I don't know this for a fact and I'm sorry, but like she is like very sweet.
That's
like
tea.
who someone is to like a service worker is like their character. You know what I mean?
That's who their soul is.
Yeah.
That's the soul. Thank you for sharing that very hot tea with us. Oh my God.
It was kind of lukewarm, but it was kind tea.
You know what? There's somebody out there for whom that is piping hot. And like that's you're on the collective grid, baby. You know, you're tapped in. As soon as this episode comes out, watch. That tea is going to become like breaking news, picked up by all of the outlets.
She's actually nice.
Right. You heard it here first. Cogey, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for having tea with our community and with me. Where can we find you? How can we help you get all of these Page of Pentacles up and running in your life? Pray tell.
I'm at Cogey on all the platforms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.